Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. My phone's dinging. Um, Thank you all for being here. We are going to look into the end of the year. We're going to be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to do this in a couple of videos or if it's all going to be one long one. You know how I hate long videos. So, all right. The last full moon of the year. I like to do rituals around full moon, new moon, and sometimes it can be really elaborate, sometimes it can be really small. Tonight's, I think I'm going to do it a little more elaborate. I'm going to get my fire pit out. I'm going to get my abalone shell. I got a new one, great big one. Not that I like harvesting abalone. Number one, in California, you really can't anymore. But this was in somebody's garden and we happened to get it. So awesome, awesome. The other thing, so I'm going to get my fire pit. I'm going to get my abalone. I'm going to get my smudge, my sage, and I'm going to grab my journal and write all the things that I am grateful for that happened last year on one piece of paper. Well, in the journal, I'll write everything, just put it in there just so it's in there. But then on a piece of paper, I'm going to write what I want more of, and on another piece of paper, want what I want less of. And I'm going to burn them both and send them off into the ethers. And I find that well, number one, letting go of things that no longer serve me, burning it, see you later, bye-bye. And then the other one is, this is what I really want, but I can't be too attached to it. So I burn it, off it goes into the ethers and let it come to me. So there it is. That's my full moon ceremony. You can go nuts with this and drum and sing and dance. You can do that. So let's look into where we're going in 2024. It really feels like we're on a precipice of something huge, yet we're still being held back a little bit. Is it a fear of the unknown? Is it? We don't know yet. But it feels like that we should be explorers in this. I pulled a reading for myself last night, and one of the things that normally it's just one card, but I got like 4 cards that just kind of fell out. 4 or 5 cards, can't remember. The first card I looked at and I went, oh, cool. And then I started paying attention to the number of the card, and it was 1. The second card, 11. The next card, 33. The next card, 56. I went, well, that's 11. Okay. And then 44, and then I got 40. I'm going, well, that doesn't fit, so I threw it all away. When we start looking at the synchronicities that are being brought into our awareness, does it elevate us? Does it make us like crazy? Do we focus too much on that? I don't know. For me, if it makes me feel better about the world that we're living in, I'm all for it. And I think that's what we should be looking into this year, is what are we sending out vibrationally? I was watching, what was it? I think it was PBS News the other night, And the Pope on his Christmas message says, we got to stop the war machine. I'm like, yeah, what if they gave a warn? Nobody came. Yeah, okay. There was another thing too that I saw where they were talking about abundance and lack. And they were talking about community and how people would, well, it was monkeys, how they would fight amongst each other when there was abundance. This is mine. You get the leftovers, but this is mine. But when there was lack, there was more giving and receiving and sharing. They worked together. And they were talking about planetary changes, earthquakes, floods, fires. When that happens in a community, it doesn't matter if it's what political side you're on. We all come together and we all help each other. Well, that's what I want, not that. I just want us to all help each other back. All right, let's pull some cards. What is it that we should be focused on as a community as we're moving forward in this new year, where a lot of us are feeling this huge shift in energy, blue light energy? Is it the ETs? Are they going to save us? No, we've got to save ourselves for sure. All right, so the deck that I'm using is Starstream Oracle. I thought I'd just pull a card. And so let me drop these down and you can follow along with me. There we go. One of the things I'm going to be doing on my channel in the new year is changing up my table. It gets so messy. Messy, messy, messy. So, and this is neat. All right, Starstream Oracle. First to the card. Harumph. What side am I looking at? What the heck? Can you all make heads or tails out of this? Psychic Duck, help me out. Move with the flow. I think this is going to be a key card this year coming up. Move within the flow. Move with the flow. It feels like with this card that we're not going to know what we're looking at almost. Well, I'm looking at this, but no, really, it's something different. But it's the same thing. But it's not. There's little subtle differences, and that's where maybe those synchronicities happen, where you start paying attention to the numbers of things, and you go, oh, well, that's 1, new beginnings. Oh, that's 11, a master number of new beginnings. Oh, that's 33, 44, angel numbers. Oh my gosh. Paying attention to just the little subtleties of it. And this is the goddess of Nova. Not sure what Avnova is, but if you're thinking of novas, I didn't read the book on this, so we can look it up later. Avnova, well, you look at a nova, it's a huge, bright flash of awareness. So I'm just going to go with that. The goddess of awareness. And as we're thinking to ourselves, what are we doing? Are we really crazy? Are we this crazy that we're paying attention to all these little synchronicities, hearing voices in our head, and we get the portal is open. Telos. there have been so many cave references in my awareness recently. Not only in this card, I had somebody else talking to me about the Akashic Cave of Knowledge. I've had another group of people talking about, let's do a journey into the karst system down in Yucatan, down throughout the world. I'm like, and then I think of, there were some other things I was thinking of too. It's like, ooh, the Cave of Telos, certainly. What is that knowledge all about? When I use my imagination, when I travel into Telos through the portal, through this cave entrance in Shasta, looks a little different in my opinion, in my awareness, in my imagination. There is so much knowledge in there. So I'm feeling, and look at it, even looks like she's, you know, in front of a cave there too. So there is something about us going into this dark space, a little afraid, a little frightened, going, shouldn't we have a flashlight? Shouldn't we have something? And it's just move with the flow. The portal is open. And then we have Angel of the Chalice Well. And it says, speak your truth, express yourself. Okay, so I may be, you know, pulling at synchronicities here, but is a well just a cave that is vertical? Speak your truth and express yourself. So this is a tricky one for me. Okay, let's pull this up. Speak your truth in the new year. So I flip back to, you know, the politics of it. Do we speak our truth to, you know, my Republican friends, like harsh truth? I don't know if that's gonna get it or not. Speaking our truth about walking through the portal. I think that's it. How do we do that without people thinking we are flipping crazy? I could ask Psychic Duck, but that would be crazy. So, speak your truth, express yourself. And I'm going to pull some tarot on it, see if we can get, because to me, that path that we are moving on, moving with this flow, it's not so much swimming upstream with the flow. It's like, let's just go with it. So if they're like spouting off all their crazy stuff, just kind of go with it, not really agreeing or anything. But that's not where I was going with this, because see, I'm really going to try to limit my political intake, even though it's an election year. Oh my gosh. That's going to be crazy, and it's going to be crazy. Speak your truth, express yourself. How do we do that in political lands? How do we do that in spiritual land, walking through the portal? Let's take a look at spiritual first. How do we speak our truth and express ourselves, moving with the flow, putting your foot in the portal in the city of Telos? How do we do that? Ooh. I love the first card. Speak your truth. Express yourself. The Sun card. The Sun card. So, in the Rider-Waite deck, you have a little baby riding on a horse, laughing, having fun. Big sun behind him, right? This one, it's like you're getting lit up by a lightning bolt hitting your 8th chakra. So we have our 7 chakras. And then there's an 8th one that is connected to the divine. People can, I don't know that much about chakras, so that's just the way that I think it. But this lights up that divine access that comes, it's just going to come shining through here. And we have this comfort, going back to a simpler time, with the 6 of Cups. And it's, okay, here's that little child again. So it's being a little innocent when we're speaking our truth. It's not like being an old stodgy guy and going, no, this is the way it is. It's like when we speak our truth, it's like a truth of wonder. Wow. Look what I just found. I just found a portal to an inner city in the earth. It's called Telos. Wow. And when we speak our truth, we get the 2 of Cups. We come together, I think, in community, in rainbow. So as we are focusing on this new moon, I am going to break this up because I think this is where it should end. And I'll look at politics in another video. Because it feels like the politics is of such a lower dimension, lower vibration, that is not activating our 8th chakra at all. The one where we get to see the future, the past, where we get to see the God energy, the creator energy that's within all of us. And it's going back to a more simple, more wondrous, some people would say naive. I wouldn't. Aware. Because as we get older, we start thinking about how to keep what we've accumulated versus how do we let it go. And we let it go and we put it in 2 cups. Grab hands, hold on to it, the hands, and let it fill up the cups, that energy. I don't know what I just said there. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. Probably doesn't. But I like the image. I like the image that I see in my head. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to do a politics one right now. Peace and love.